Okay, I think our internet is working. Hopefully we have no issues today. As you guys are coming on, go ahead and say hello on YouTube and Facebook. Let's say hello so we can make sure we've got some people in the house. There we go. Someone's here. Yay. Hello back at you. Tell me where you guys are coming from as we tune in today. Hope you guys are ready. I'm having this Zevia energy drink. It's not sponsored by Zevia. I am just trying it out. This one's grapefruit, so it's made with stevia instead of, poison. I'm sure there's some poison in there. DFW in the house. That's awesome. I see a couple other hellos. You guys tell me where you're coming from. Are we excited to go get some more 5-star reviews? California's in the house. Love it. Facebook user from California. Facebook user from DFW. All sorts of weather, right? I'm wearing flannels today. It is a whopping 62 degrees here in the Phoenix metro area. And you know what that means? It's cold. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I appreciate you guys being here, being on time, being ready to go. Today we are talking all about Google reviews, not just Google, but I joke, we're talking all about Google reviews. We're talking about how to get more 5-star reviews in our business. And if you came to my Google business class that I did, the last one that I've done a couple, 28 degrees in Ohio. Oh, I do feel bad for you. We have available properties here in Arizona should you like to relocate. If you came to my class that I did, the last one on Google, I had probably like 3 or 4 slides that talked about the importance of reviews and how it can actually impact your business. So today we're going to go over some basics on how do we put together a plan and a system to get more 5-star reviews inside of our business. So let's go ahead and jump in. And as you guys know, you're always welcome to ask questions along the way. I'm keeping an eye on the comments from Facebook and YouTube, so you guys will be able to get real-time answers to your questions. So first of all, let's just break down, why do we need and want more reviews? I'm curious what you guys think. Comment in the chat right now. Why do we need, not just want, but why do we need to get more reviews? What's the importance of having quality reviews about our goods and services? As you guys are typing, and I've already given you the answers, as you guys are typing, I'll share some with you. So first of all, this is an opportunity for you to control the narrative, right? You get to tell your story and you get to build your online reputation. Now, we already know that reviews matter, right? Social proof is what somebody said. Absolutely, right? When you go to a restaurant, what do you immediately do, right? I go to Google Business and I start reading the reviews, right? If I'm traveling to a new city and I want to try out a specific tour of something like that, I go read their reviews. So this is for the ability for you to have your customers tell compelling stories that will influence other people. It's absolutely social proof. The number of reviews that you have matter for multiple reasons, but it also sets up your credibility. And again, it allows you, when someone Googles you, you're going to have a reputation online. So it's either going to be good or bad. You get to control. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is SEO and search engine optimization. If you have quality reviews and you have a lot of them, you're going to get more opportunities organically. organically, meaning people just look for you. People are looking for a top agent near me, a top realtor near me. And if you have a lot of reviews, you have an opportunity to stand out against even a top performing. So it kind of levels the playing field in a way, because if you have more reviews than one of the top performing agents in your market, someone might pick you over them just because there's some great stories that are being shared online about you. So you're right, instant credibility. So if you're not taking reviews seriously, this is a great time for you to take it serious and really start thinking about how you want to control your online reputation. So I saw this quote in another presentation. And so I just took a screenshot of it real quick because it was such a great quote. And it's from a research group called Podium. So it says 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as a recommendation, which is amazing. And we all know that to be true. When you are looking for something on Amazon, right? I'm pretty sure we all shop on Amazon. What's one of the things that you look at before you click into the product? I know I look at their reviews, right? As I'm looking at all of them across, I'll see which one has the most reviews, which has the highest rating. Then I'll click in and then I'll go read a couple of those reviews. If you don't do this on Amazon, one of the other things I do is I'll actually read through or search the reviews, because you can search inside the reviews for certain keywords. And then you can review, or you can read reviews that pertain to what you are looking for specifically as well. That's the cool thing. Google does the same thing, by the way, with your reviews. So before we talk about how to get more reviews, let's talk about, do you deserve it? This is a really, really important thing to be thinking about is, are you running a 5-star review business? Do you have a 5-star process? I don't believe that any of you guys are intentionally bad people. I believe people are good. I believe that you want to do right by your client. I also know that we can be very busy. We can also just like not maybe go above and beyond because we're so busy, right? So when you're thinking about this, make sure you're putting together a process that's worthy of a 5-star review. What is it like to work with you, right? How does a client leave, feeling? Do they feel like, it was okay? Or are they just like going to rant and rave about their agent and everything that they did for them? Because really, that's what's going to be the difference in how well you can get reviews and how often and how many is by the level of service you're providing for your clients. So make sure you are crafting a 5-star experience so that you can get those 5-star reviews. So let's start by talking about, when should you ask for the review? For those of you guys on with us right now, when are you asking? When in the transaction process are you asking for reviews? Go ahead and type it in the chat. As you guys are typing in, I'll just name some of the things that you should think about when asking for a review. First of all, you want to make it easy, okay? You don't want to ask them on their move-in day, right? It's really hard to be able to get a review from a client when they're in the middle of moving. Some of you guys said after settlement. That seems to be a really common one that I see. You also, in making it easy, when you are asking for the review, don't give them like 5 different links. Figure out where you're going to send them. Maybe 1, maybe 2, probably 1, but maybe 2. One of the things that we set up, we should have grabbed a screenshot of this. I didn't think about it. One of the things that we set up is we set up a link tree, right? Because I want my clients to be able to give me a review. Some of them don't have a Gmail address, and you do need a Gmail address to leave a Google review. And some of our clients found us through Zillow. So we have a link tree that has all the links to the places that they could leave us a review. So they can leave us a review in all these different platforms, and we're going to kind of let them choose. Most of the time, we're just funneling them to one place, but we do have a link tree with all of the links for those people that are super tech savvy and want to leave you multiple reviews. right? So a link tree is a great way to be able to do that. You want to ask for the review when it's easy, not when they're busy. You also, I like to look at times that are a high point in the transaction. So maybe you got them 2% in seller concessions. We just found out 44% of all of the deals that happened in October in the Phoenix metro area had concessions to the tune of $9,000 as of the beginning of November. So the average seller commission seller contribution to the buyer was $9,000 as of the beginning of November, and 44% of the deals had contributions. So if you just got your client $9,000 from the seller, and you got it under asking, and you got a home warranty, and you got the home furnished, might be a really great time to ask for the review, right? Or maybe even after you go through the repair request, like think about the high points in the transaction that make it easy to get a review. Oh, where's my mouse? Okay, so how often should you ask? You should ask early and you should ask often, right? Look for those opportunities. So what happens if they don't respond the very first time that you send them a review request? Do you just stop? I've had to ask my grandma 5 times now and she still hasn't done it. And I helped her sell her home and she made a ton of money on it, right? So that being said, my grandma hasn't done it because she's not super tech savvy. So when I see her, I'm going to help her leave me a Google review. But that's a perfect example. My grandma loves me and she still hasn't done it. And she says, oh, just send it to me. Just send it to me. And so don't be afraid to ask early and ask often. Ask in multiple ways. We ask via email, we ask via text message, we ask in person, we share QR codes. We're going to make it absolutely easy for them to review us, because most people are busy and they just don't do it. And when you ask, they are going to come back to it and they might need a reminder. So definitely going back to, don't ask at the most stressful time of the transaction. And it doesn't always have to be after closing. You can do it early, but make sure you do it often. Don't be afraid to ask more than once. Change up the modalities. One thing I will say is I'm going to share a little bit of our process of how we're getting reviews. But one of the things that we do is we do note when someone's given us a review, so we don't keep asking them, right? So you want to make sure you're sorting through your people when you're asking for reviews, so you're not asking the same people that already gave you a review. So in terms of the types of reviews, they don't always have to be through one of these online portals. We used, for a while, we're not currently using them, but we used a video service to get reviews. It was very successful when we were using it. Classic case of, we bought something, we used it for a little bit, stopped using it. What was that called? Vocal video? Vocal video. Vocal video was such a cool platform. We were able to post our video reviews on YouTube and on our Google business page and on our website. And that was a great way to catch reviews. We're also getting reviews through Google, through Zillow, through Facebook, Yelp, Realtor.com. If you've got someone that's just not super tech savvy, heck, they can give you an email review. You can then turn that into, a social proof piece. It's not going to show up as a review on Google or Zillow, but it's still a great review that you can put on your website as social proof. And even if they send you a text message, you can screenshot that, turn it into some social proof. So if you have a website, if you have any type of buyer presentation, listing presentation, one of my great clients, Amy Spock, she created the coolest box. I should have taken a picture of it. And in the box that she gives to potential sellers, it's got all these reviews inside, which is just great, social proof when you're really trying to impress somebody. Definitely don't forget to post these reviews on social media as you are getting them from all the different platforms. So let's talk about platforms and if you should prioritize any of the platforms. So in my opinion, right now, the best place that you could be getting reviews is from Google. Absolutely. Google is the #1 search engine in the world, and Google Maps is right there, and people are searching for things on their phone, on their computer, and it's giving recommendation based off of people that have reviews, have a lot of reviews, have good reviews, right? So, Google is the epicenter of your reviews. You also have more control. I think you guys all remember a while ago when Zillow was like going through all these different changes. I remember one day I logged in, and I think we have like 230 or something like that Zillow reviews. And at the time it was down to like 5. And I was like, what happened to all of our reviews? It was very, very stressful. And we found that Google is really, really helping our business through organic growth. We still have a strong profile on Zillow, but our focus is on Google. And the next question you're thinking is, well, Christy, if you have 232 Zillow reviews, can you just move those over to Google? The answer is no. There's no easy way to get your Zillow reviews to Google. I've seen a lot of different strategies. I've seen people cut and paste the reviews and email them to their clients and ask them to just cut and paste this review into Google. That's kind of up to you. But there's no way that you can get a review in one place and it goes to all of the platforms. So you should prioritize. I think it's really important to prioritize Google so that when someone Googles you, you can control the story. So if you don't have a Google business profile, you've got a little bit of homework to do to be able to do that. But the cool thing is that Zillow reviews and your Facebook reviews can tie into your Google business. So you can see this is a screenshot that it's showing that we have 232 votes from Zillow that's linked to our profile. It's not showing our Facebook ones, but we also have Facebook reviews as well. In addition to our 52 Google reviews. We are still working on growing the Google reviews. So just know that that is a possibility for you to do. If you are not sure how to set up a Google profile, I've got a class on that. It's super simple. Just go to our Resilient Realtor YouTube page and Google Business, What's New and How to Crush the Competition. Step by step, Kelsey created a really awesome PDF to help you guys figure out how to optimize your Google business profile. So in terms of Zillow is another great place to capture reviews. Believe it or not, we still get calls from our Zillow profile. So people find our profile on Zillow, they read our reviews, and then they call us directly. So this isn't even paid advertising. This is just people reading our bio and wanting to work with us. And the funny thing is I should change this picture because that picture is pretty old. My babies were like 6 in that picture. They're 10 now. So one of the important things to know is that with Zillow, they do have to have a Zillow account, but it is super simple to request a review. You can send them the review request directly through Zillow, or you can copy the link and send it to them. But they do have to be logged into Zillow to leave you a Zillow review, and they do have to be your past client. Now, I think I actually didn't touch on this, but the cool thing about Google is that anybody can review you on Google. They don't have to be an actual past client. So someone asked the question, who can do reviews? Only buyers and sellers. Actually, on Google, anybody can do reviews. Your vendors, right? So if you work with the same pool guy, the same home inspector, the same landscaper, all of your vendors can leave you reviews. People that you've shown homes can leave, like anybody can review you on Google. And that's the really cool thing. Now, Zillow's a different story. On Zillow, if you showed somebody a home, they can leave you a review. If you helped a renter, they can leave you a review, buyers and sellers. So anybody can leave you a review on Google. Zillow has to have an address tied to the review. So that's going to be one of the big differences between the two. But that's a great question. So obviously, if you've got a Facebook business page, you can go ahead and start connecting reviews there, and connect your Google business page to your Google page, and people will be able to see that as well. I don't know how big of a factor Facebook is nowadays in terms of review. Google and Zillow are probably more of a priority, but if all of your people are on Facebook, then it's definitely something to consider. Yelp is another great one. I know there are some there's some people that I really respect in the industry that are crushing it with their Yelp reviews. So you probably do need to be, they need to be a Yelper to leave you a Yelp review. We have personally dabbled with Yelp, but we've never really gone deep. The people that have gone deep with Yelp are absolutely crushing it. And that's also because you got to remember, Siri is going to pull from Yelp. So that's definitely something to think about. But again, if you only have so much capacity, go for Zillow. Realtor.com can also collect reviews. Zillow is the #1 search portal. I don't know where Realtor ranks. I'm sure it's pretty dang high. It's also another great place to capture reviews. And that's one thing is like, if you're advertising on Realtor.com, then it definitely makes sense to capture Realtor reviews. If you are advertising on Zillow, it definitely makes sense to, get Zillow reviews. Wherever your people are, you should do that. And then, of course, Google's not paying me. I wish they would. Could this be sponsored by Google? That would be awesome. But then you definitely do not want to neglect Google. If you do not have 5 Google reviews at this point in time, your profile is being like dampered. Basically, they've set a standard. You've got to have 5 reviews to even make the cut of like being promoted within Google. So now that we know when we're going to ask early, we're going to ask often, and we know where we're going to get our reviews. We're going to focus on 1 or 2 platforms at the most, and we're going to go deep on there. We're going to be thinking about where our people are at. Now you guys need to create a process, right? Like, here's the thing. So many times agents are just winging it in their business. They're just like, oh, did I get a review? I didn't get a review. Oh, I'm definitely going to get a review. We're not looking for that kind of experience. You're going to be giving a 5-star experience every time. So you need to have a 5-star process in place of how you're going to go after these reviews. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about automation with reviews versus, manual. You can automate the process. You can hire out companies like Rate My Agent, Oodle, what's it called? There's another one. Oh, I can't remember. It'll come back to me. I saw it at the Tom Ferry Success Summit, and several people had asked me about it. But it's, there's lots of companies out there that say, hey, you know what? Let us take over your review process. We'll get you a bunch of reviews. We believe in being good stewards and being open-minded. So a lot of times we'll sit down with these companies and we'll look, and I'm always surprised. In fact, Kelsey did it with Rate My Agent because they recently announced a partnership with EXP. And so we were like, well, maybe we should check it out. And they have some really cool things. But the crazy part is like, we were already doing those things. And at the end of the day, they were hosting all of the reviews on Rate My Agent, which is not a platform we own. It's a subscription. So be thinking about that. Like, if you're horrible at getting reviews, then hire it out. We also leverage our virtual assistants to help us get reviews through our process. That's exactly what I'm saying. We have a process, a standard operating procedure on how you get reviews, right? Another thing that we're really focused on in terms of our process is now with reviews being searchable, like you guys are familiar with on Amazon. So for instance, my husband, for his birthday, we decided to go stay in Scottsdale for, the weekend, just the 2 of us. And he really wanted onion rings on his birthday. So of course, what we did is we went to Google Maps and we typed in onion rings, and it starts to pull up all of the businesses that had onion rings, and it pulls it either from the menu or from the reviews. So the same thing happens with our clients. When they say, oh my gosh, Kathy helped me sell my home, that's going to make a big impact when people are searching for an agent to help me sell my home, right? So some of the things that we are, and you can take a screenshot of this. I think the resources are going to be at christyjenks.com, and Kelsey can get them to you guys. But these are some of the questions that we are helping our clients to write better reviews. So the first one is a why question. Why did you choose to work with Kathy to buy your home in Maricopa, to sell your home in Fort Lauderdale, right? And so you can ask that question, and they can say, well, I decided to work with Kathy Salinas, because she just was so attentive and always responded to my phone calls. And I just knew that she was going to be the agent for us, right? Wow. Well, if that's the only thing they wrote, it would be fantastic. But chances are they're going to write more, because the next we're going to say, well, so how did Kathy, agent name, right, help you during the buying process or during the selling process? Oh, wow. She came in and she told us how to negotiate, and we were able to get all of this money back, right? So now they're going to write, Kathy helped us when buying our home by helping us negotiate, and we got a great deal with the right terms. You can also ask them, so what was your experience like? So we did a why question, a how question, and a what question. What was your experience like working with Kathy? Kathy was so great. She was super responsive. So again, this is helping them to write better reviews. We're just asking them questions, and they're going to answer those questions in their review. And then this is a great one. What would you say to someone that might be thinking about, now, if we knew who we were talking to, a buyer, thinking about buying a home in Santan Valley, in Phoenix, right? Insert city name, and working with Kathy. Oh my gosh, if you're thinking of buying a home in Gilbert, you definitely got to call Christy and Merrill, man. They know all of the neighborhoods. They were super insightful. They gave us links to the crime map, and the links to, the school rankings. And, if you were thinking about buying a home in Gilbert, you definitely want to call Christy and Merrill Jenks, right? So again, coaching them into writing a great review. And then the last question is, did anything surprise you, pleasantly surprise you about the home buying or selling process while working with Christy and Merrill, right? I was surprised at how easy it was. They just, I always was in communication with them, their transaction team and the coordination. We always knew where we were at. They sent us weekly updates. So this is the format of a great review. Why did you choose that person? How did they help you in the process? What was the experience like? What would you say to someone who's thinking about doing the same thing you just did? What would you say to somebody who needs to sell a home and buy a home at the same time? Oh my gosh, well, you definitely have to. So that's a great way to coach them into. So be thinking about how you're going to put a process around that. A little bit about our process. Currently, our process looks like each Friday, our amazing transaction coordinator, Ricky, she provides video updates on, we call them, escrow updates. She provides video updates to all of our clients. And at the bottom of each escrow update is a link to write a review. Just last week, we have a home on the market, hasn't sold yet, but the client wrote us a review. And they did it off of the prompt in the escrow update. So they were watching the escrow update, and then they decided to take action at that time, which is really cool because we haven't even sold their home yet. So it's pretty awesome that they gave us a 5-star review, and their home is still on the market. So if they don't leave us a review during the process, because we are, it's kind of subliminal. We're giving them that link every single week and that invitation. At the end of the transaction, Ricky, our transaction coordinator, will text them the link and asking them for a review. She does check with the agents because, let's face it, sometimes there are people that are just pain in the butts out there. So if we don't feel like they're going to give us a 5-star review, even if it's not our fault, we go ahead and skip the ask on that. And then, of course, once people give us a review, we make sure to go in and respond to their review right away. And then our operations manager, so this is a sample of the email that Ricky sends with the link to leave a review. And then our operations manager takes that review, turns it into a social media post. Our VA then goes and posts it to Google Business in our product section that's all about reviews. So we're taking one review from Google and leveraging it into a product on Google, a review on Google, a post on social media. You know, we could also put that in multiple locations. One of the things that we do that's also helpful is we create a template email. So in Google, they're called canned emails. And you can create a nice canned email that allows you to ask for a review via email. You can create, sorry about the hiccups. You can also create a template email in your CRM, right? The main thing is that you have a process and you're not winging it. You could even create a shortcut on your phone. I don't know how to do it on an Android phone, but you know, a text replacement on your iPhone where you actually just have your Google link and you know, if you type in GREV, short for Google review, it'll populate your link and you can easily text that to clients. I picked that up from another Tom Ferry coaching client, and I think it's a great idea. I use text replacement all the time. I don't know why I didn't think about using it for my my Google reviews. And so let's talk about a little bit of best practices, things you should do, things you should avoid. So we already talked about the fact that you should be giving a 5-star experience. If you are expecting 5-star reviews, give a 5-star experience. But no matter what, you always want to make sure you're responding to the reviews. If it's a social media review, make sure you like it and respond. Do it quickly. Google does look at if you are responding to the reviews. But let's face it, sometimes there are people out there that don't even work with us that will leave us a poor review. I think one time, I don't know if we currently have it. It might have disappeared. But at one point we had like a 1-star review with no comment. And we had no idea who it was. So responding to the review, we were able to say, hey, so sorry, user 7251, whatever it was, right? You know, we've never even done business with you. We're really sorry. If there's something that you need, you know, please let us know. So you want to make sure that you are responding to all of your reviews on whatever platform they're on. You want to make sure that you're taking that review, putting it into Canva, turning it into a social media post across all your platforms, and that it has a permanent place to live just outside of the review. So for instance, like we have a product of all of our 5-star reviews. Next thing is you should have a goal. Kelsey says, don't let it be a lame goal. And I agree. Don't have a lame goal. You need to have a goal and a KPI. Like, what is your monthly KPI, key performance indicator on reviews? What are you striving to do? Is it, you know, we get 5 reviews a month, 1 review a week, whatever it is, have a goal. In fact, I'd love to see, for those of you guys that are on right now, what is your goal? How many Google reviews are you going to get, or not just Google, how many new reviews are you going to get in 2023? Go ahead and post it right now in the chat. Let's declare our goals now and make sure that we go after them, because again, reviews absolutely matter. So in summary, we understand reviews matter because people are searching for things. People trust reviews. 100, I like that. Going for 100 new reviews or 100 total. 100 reviews in 2023. Reviews matter. It can absolutely impact your business, and you can gain market share because other agents are lazy and don't get the reviews. Remember to ask early and to ask often. You need to make sure that you are not just asking one and done. People need to be reminded. I promise you, they want to leave you a review. They're just busy. We're all busy, right? You guys get that. Focus on a specific platform. Don't be all over the place, right? Go deep on 1 or 2, maybe. Put together a process. If you don't already have a process, write it down. It doesn't have to be long, but figure out what it looks like. Figure out how early, how often, and how the asks are going. Do you have reminders on when to ask? And then, I love it, set a goal so that way you guys can achieve that goal. So do me a favor now. I'm going to ask you guys if you enjoy the Resilient Realtor classes and we add any value to your business, please do me a huge favor. You can scan this QR code. Unless you're watching this on your phone, then you can't scan the code and you have to come back. But please leave me a Google review. You can find me at Christy Jenks, Real Estate Agent and Coach on Google. And if you have more questions about this, please feel free to reach out. You can always learn more about me at ChristyJenks.com. Connect with me on social at Christy Jenks. And if you know anybody in the Phoenix metro area that's looking to grow their business, we are looking to bring on some agents. We have a couple spots open for the rest of the year. We're looking to bring on 2 agents. So if you know somebody that's looking to grow their business and they would be a good fit for us, we would absolutely love the referral. And as always, you guys, thank you for spending a portion of your Friday with me. If there's anything I can do to help you grow your business, please reach out. I always check my messages. And if you have any questions, ask now. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off and give you guys a little bit of time back today on Friday. Do we have any questions about Google reviews? And I'll go back to this slide. I keep saying Google. I promise it's not a Freudian slip. It's just really important. No questions? Okay. I will see you guys on social media. Thanks so much for coming in. Have a wonderful day.